Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you Wednesday, December the 6th, the year's 2023. Let's talk trading change. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Change. Yeah, one thing that changed was this is the first video I put out in a week. Normally, I put out videos, Sunday through Friday, but sometimes other things in life bubble up, and trading and these videos have to take a back seat. So I apologize if any of you got concerned, because I'm okay. Nothing's bad. Nothing's going wrong. It's just sometimes other things take priority, and unexpected things come up, etc. And that's part of life. That's change. I mean, you have a normal schedule. Something happens. You have to adjust and adapt. And the thing is, what is change? Or what happens when something changes? Well, it's no longer the same. It's different, right? Of course, this is all obvious, but sometimes the obvious goes unnoticed or goes unthought of. And so in trading, what changes? Well, one of the things that changes is the price. I mean, that's how we make money trading or lose money trading. Because if the price never changed, there'd be no money to be made. And that's one of those things that's, when you hear it, it's like, that's obvious, but, how often do you actually think about it? And, in order for something to improve or decline, get worse, get better, something has to change. Because if nothing changes, then it stays the same. So, and there's no difference. And we're not just talking about trading. I mean, even in life, if something changes, then it's no longer the same. It's different. And some of the things in traders, or as traders, we talk about, the serenity prayer for traders. There's some things we can't change. We don't have any effect on. We cannot control the outcome, right? In fact, one thing we can control the outcome of is the size of the loss. So that's why, I remind traders ad nauseum about risk management. Don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one particular trade. I'm just going to go through a couple of these screens here because we haven't looked at them in a while. At least I haven't put them up in a while. And here's the one. Until your thoughts and beliefs change, your actions will not change. And it's just that simple. And, in fact, a trader contacted me right before I made this video and was asking me about this broker and that broker. And I know if you're listening, you know who I'm talking about, trader. But, once again, that's looking external as opposed to looking at the trader in the mirror. And it's just one of those things where it's really hard for people to accept they have to change. They want everything outside them to change. But there's somebody that has a quote that goes something like, if you want to change your world, change how you see it. And there's a lot of truth to that. In fact, I was talking to Walmart just a few minutes ago, and I said something about, what would I change, or how would things change, like if I had 10 million or 100 million? And I said, Thursday mornings I donate time at the food bank to, help out those a little less fortunate. And where the food bank is, we're in the flight path of the airport. And every now and then a jet goes over, or one of them little private jets, two-engine jets. And I look up there, I'm thinking sometimes, did I mess up? Did I miss out? Why don't I have a private jet? But the thing is, if I had 100 million or a billion, would I really have a private jet? I might lease one. And the thing is, see, when you get to those levels, your life changes because there's things that you now have to be concerned about that before you didn't. Something like kidnapping. And you might think that's extreme, but it's not. I mean, if everybody and their brother knows you're worth 100 million or a billion, or more, you just can't go anywhere. You need protection because somebody might come after you, some crazy, either to try and take what you have or take your life, blame you for their misery. And so, one of the things that as a trader you have to change is your attitude. You have to change your focus because if you're not where you want to be in trading, it's not the market, it's you. And, sometimes it's just a hard pill to swallow. And, we had that one video I think Walmall and I made, Stop the Stupid. The thing is, there's a lot of truth in that. Because as you may be aware of, Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett, I don't know if you call him his right-hand man, but, his partner in crime. But he passed on at the age of 95 recently. But, and one of his quotes is, it's not that you have to be that smart. You just have to quit doing the stupid things that most people do, or something to that effect. And, that's how they made their money. And so, when you think about change, there might just be that one thing that if you change, it puts you on the path of success. And you have to figure out what that is for you. Because probably there's one thing that's causing 80% of your problems. 80% of your losses. Whether your stop is too big or too tight, you have to adjust it. Maybe for whatever reason you have a trading plan that you fail to execute. Maybe you have a plan, but you just keep airballing trades. And the thing is, that ain't the market, that's you. And it's funny, another trader had sent a book to me, I guess it was earlier this year, Best Loser Wins, or something to that effect. And then if you're listening, thanks again for sending that. And because they asked me if I've been reading it, so I started reading it this week. And he was saying that, would you go to a dentist if the dentist said there's a 90% chance I'd fail? It's like you'd be getting out of that chair so quick, even if you got in a chair, right? You don't want to have a dentist that only has a 10% success rate. But in trading, there's that, 90% of traders lose. Why is that? And it's something that I've said, I don't know, maybe even a decade ago about the traditional trading, training. All these guys, talking about all this stuff, but these people that go to these seminars and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars and, get all these fancy indicators, that's just the marketing hype getting you, because once again, these courses are saying, hey, I've got an external solution for your problem. You're losing. Hey, use my indicator, use my method, use my system. And it doesn't work that way. I had that one trader and I put that idiot mode in one of the indicators where the big skull pops up, because you had to be an idiot to keep doing what he was doing, because it had nothing to do with the system. And he was saying what a bad teacher I am. It's like, no, because if I teach a class and 9 people get it and one doesn't, let's not blame the teacher. Now, it might be true that I might not be teaching in a modality that suits that person, but obviously then I might not be the right teacher for that person, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad teacher. If only one person out of the class were to get it and the other 9 didn't, then maybe you might want to question my teaching skills or my teaching methods. So, change. Well, what needs to change is something in you about you. You have to change what you're doing, change what you're not doing. And it just might be one simple thing. And, in the book, they say if your losers are bigger than your winners, that might be a problem. And so if you look over your trade reports, and if you're on MT4, you can do one of those detailed reports, and it'll tell you your average win size and your average loss size and your biggest winner and your biggest loser. Well, if those losers are bigger than the winners, even if you're winning 90% of the time, you might be blowing accounts. And so you have to wonder, why is it we have this, aversion to loss? And I believe we talked about it before. It's all how you define loss, all what you associate with loss. Because to me, the key of life is association. One word, association. And I always say it's never the thing, but what you associate with the thing, and then how you react to the thing. And that's what it gets down to. I mean, that's why some people react a certain way and others react a totally different way to the same external stimuli or situation or issue, because they have different thoughts and beliefs. They associate different things with the thing. And so when people sometimes ask me a why question, I go, well, that's simple. They're like, what do you mean? Oh, it's just they got a different association package. You might think you would never steal. Somebody else goes, hey, you know what? I got kids to feed. I got to steal. Different association package, different priorities. One person sees stealing as bad, the other one sees it as necessary to survive. I'm not being moral here. I'm just saying that that's just the way how people see things. It's like the market. How do you see this chart? How do you see this chart? How do you see this chart? I mean, what do you associate? Is it too complex, too simple? And there's so many traders that reject simple. That's why I put my stuff out there for free, because nobody would pay me to learn the buy zone. They just wouldn't. They would all demand their money back. If I were to come out there and draw some horizontal lines like this and go, yeah, when price is green at the line, you buy, and when it's red at the line, you go short. Any questions? No, they'd all want their money back. But, if I gobbledygook this screen and put a bunch of slanted lines and squiggly lines and tell them you learn this and that's the key, oh, they'd gladly hand over $500 or $5,000. So anyway, fellow traders, go take a look in the mirror and figure out what you need to change, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One over and out.